Oh, well, you see, I realized something a bit funny. Um, so, talking about my foot, my ankle situation and foot situation, uh, how it got hurt and all that. Well, the the video that I firstly made about it, um, I told you guys that I wasn't gonna go to the hospital, and then contradicting this, several videos later, the 46th clothes show offering, uh, it in that video I showed the wrap that I got, the fabric wrap, the bandage. I don't know where it is at this very moment. Um, but I did show it in the video. Oh yes, I do know where it is. Hold on. This is it. Um, with the anarchy symbol and like the Velcro and all that. Yeah, I drew that on there. So it occurred to me just now, just a few minutes ago, that I forgot to tell you guys I went to the hospital. Yeah, so like you might be confused if you just saw those videos and you're like, how did I get a bandage if I didn't go to the hospital? Well, I did go to the hospital, but I forgot to make a video about it. Um, they were nice to me at the hospital, like they often are. Um, there were interesting things that happened, like at one point, well, first of all, it was a long walk from the car to the hospital, and like I would have to walk around in the hospital and stand in the hospital and all this stuff. So to to kind of like um yeah, to help me, I got a wheelchair. They just have wheelchairs that you can borrow. So I got me a wheelchair so I could get in. And then there was, at this one point, like while we were still waiting and waiting and waiting, I had to go to the bathroom. And so we asked for directions to the bathroom from uh, a person, like from a woman. And she, it was interesting, like she asked, do you need the women's restroom or the men's? And that was cool, because like, I think that means, like, she couldn't tell what gender I was, so that's kind of interesting. Um, but then later on, a different woman she kept calling me girl, so, you know, you win some, you lose some. And I didn't correct that woman who was calling me girl, because often when it's like a stranger who I'm never gonna see again, I don't, I don't, correct them, because if it's only like an occasional encounter, then I I um I don't stress about it. I mean, it's uncomfortable in the moment, but like so is coming out to people. That's also uncomfortable, and so you kind of have to like, you know, you don't have to do anything, but one may prefer to just pick their battles, so to speak. It's not always a battle, but it can be sometimes. That's really what makes it so hard. Okay, okay. My mom said she's going to go get some food in Splenda. Yay. We need food in Splenda. Anyway, so yeah, and they took X-rays of my ankle at the hospital, and it just as we thought, it wasn't broken. You know, I was pretty sure it wasn't broken. and they wrapped up my ankle and foot with this stuff, and that made it bruise up a lot. Like, they said it would reduce swelling, and I mean, it probably did. They know what they're doing. They're professionals and all that. But when I took the bandage off, and I didn't do it prematurely or anything, I followed their directions and all that. So when I did take it off, there was like all kinds of crazy bruising where the bandage had been wrapped around and stuff. Like, it looked like my foot had been grilled. Because there were like lines, there were like lines. It looked like grill marks. It looked like I'd been grilled. So that was kind of funny. It looked a lot worse than it actually was. Like, it looked disgusting. So, yeah. But, my ankle is mostly healed up now, but it's still swollen a little bit. It still is a little swollen to this day. I think it's like, it's part of the healing process was quite fast. Like, it only took a few days before I was able to walk pretty well, and eventually I could walk just like normal. But I think that happened quickly. But then the swelling is taking its time to really like dissipate. It's still pronounced. It's still there. So that's kind of interesting. Yeah. I go to the hospital a lot. I really do. Mostly it's for mental reasons. See, when you're on like Vyvanse, like most ADHD meds are stimulants. Like, most of the common ones are stimulants. And if you're prescribed stimulants, then they want to keep an eye on you because they want to make sure you're not a druggo, or you're not like a druggie or a drug dealer. Druggo means drug. Druggie means person who does drugs. Don't get it mixed up. Don't make that mistake. Anyway, so, and, they also want to check on me a lot because, like, I've had psychotic episodes, So the people, they want to keep an eye on me, and that's alright. But I end up going to the hospital quite a lot, and they love me there, They always compliment me on my clothes and stuff like that, It's a social event. It's something to do, get me out of the house. So yeah. Alright, bye-bye.